This cape reacts to everything you do. It trails behind when you run, swings when you turn, and lifts up when you jump. And the best part? It uses bones and just one script. Let's build it. There are two main steps. First, we need a cape mesh that already has bones inside it. Then, we'll add one script to control the movement. Let's take a look at the cape. Here's the cape we'll be using. It's a simple cloth mesh with a bone grid already skinned to it. I'm not going to model the cape from scratch in this tutorial. You can grab the finished file from the description or create your own. The important part is the bone setup. We have 3 columns of bones running down the cape. The left column is cape L1 through L4. The middle is cape M1 through M4, and the right is cape R1 through R4. At the top, we also have one root bone called cape root. Make sure these names match exactly, because our script will be looking for them. The mesh is skinned, so each bone controls its section of the cloth. The top edge is pinned to cape root, which keeps the collar attached to the shoulders. And because the bones are connected through the cloth, rotating the lower bones creates a smooth, natural bend. That's all we need for the cape asset. When you're ready, export it as an FBX with rigging and skinning enabled. Now let's bring it into Roblox Studio. Open the 3D importer and import the FBX. Make sure rigging and skinning are enabled so Roblox brings in the bones along with the mesh. After importing, you'll have the cape mesh, the bones, and an animation controller. Leave that animation controller there. It's what allows us to control the cape's bones. Next, we need a character to fit the cape against. Go to the Avatar tab and insert an R6 dummy. Now position and scale the cape onto the dummy's back. Take your time here and make sure the top sits correctly on the shoulders. This is important because this setup becomes the template that every player will use. Once everything looks good, move the cape into replicated storage. Rename it Cape Template. This is going to be our master cape. Now for the fun part, the script. Go to Starter Player, then Starter Player Scripts. Add a local script and call it Cape Client. Paste the script into it. Don't worry about understanding every single line. In simple terms, the script does 3 things. When a character spawns, it gets the cape from replicated storage. It attaches the cape to the character's back. And every frame, it slightly rotates the bones based on how the character is moving. That's the whole trick. And most of the cape's feel can be controlled from the config section at the top of the script. Velocity pitch and velocity roll control how much the cape reacts when you move. Increase them for a stronger trailing effect. Stiffness and damping control how soft and bouncy the cape feels. Lower values make it more floaty. Turn roll controls the sideways swing when you turn. And jump pitch controls how much the cape lifts when you jump. So if the cape feels too stiff, too weak, or too crazy, start by tweaking these values. You shouldn't need to change the rest of the script. Now let's test it. Press play, start walking, and you can see the cape trailing behind you. Turn quickly, and the cape swings to the side. And when you jump, it lifts up and then settles back down. And that's it. You now have a physics-style cape driven by bones and one script. If the cape is sitting too high or too low, just adjust the offset values near the top of the script. And if the cape doesn't appear at all, check the basics. Make sure the bones are named exactly from cape L1 through R4 with cape root at the top. Also make sure the model in replicated storage is called Cape Template and has its primary part set. Bones plus one script. If this tutorial helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.